Good morning and welcome to Bowtie Life. I'm Bowtie Dave. We are in the Bowtie dining room, I guess, and we are, well, I've been on a trip, and so we're going to go take a first look at the garden. And I drove in last night around 6 o'clock in the evening. I resisted looking at the garden. I have not been into the back at all. So I've looked back there. I saw one thing that just 2 weeks is a long time to be away from the garden, especially this time of year. And I'm a little shocked. So I'm actually going to be wearing a couple of harvest buckets because we're going to have a lot to harvest. And this will probably end up being kind of a long video, but it's kind of, it's one of those things where you come back from a trip, you don't really know what to expect because I haven't looked close at anything, though I did pick a strawberry that was red all the way through. And I remember Jess over at Roots and Refuge on her podcast, she talked about the first time she ate a strawberry that was red all the way through. Oh, it was so good. Yum, yum, yum. That you just, when they buy the strawberries at the store, they pick them where they're red on the outside and white on the inside, and that's not quite ready. And so this kind of where I was. And she had her first solid reds. Oh, it was so sweet. Anyway, I'm just going to walk around out there, and we're going to kind of have our first look at the garden. It is just after 8 o'clock in the morning of June 3rd. So this, hopefully I can get this thing edited and uploaded here pretty soon. Hopefully, it normally takes me a couple of days, so bear with me. But I will get this up as soon as I can because I'm very excited to show what the garden looks like. Now, here's the thing. If you look at the May garden, the May garden tours, that was the Saturday before I left. So it's the Saturday after I come back now. So it's 2 weeks today since that video tour was shot. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see what's changed out there. This is just one of those things. Now, Mrs. Bowtie has done a lot of harvesting. Well, let's just get on out there. Hi, I'm Bowtie Dave. So Mrs. Bowtie has done a lot of harvesting. She's actually harvested a pile of garlic. We have a pile of garlic still to harvest, but these strawberries, I cannot get over how tall they're getting. They're several inches taller, and then watch this as I pull back the strawberry. Look, there's one right there. Just looking beautiful. This thing is just full. But the thing that really amazed me, check out these runners. And I'm going to try to propagate some of these runners. But look at this runner. It's like 6 feet long till it gets to the plant. Oh, look under there. Oh my goodness. Look at the strawberries. I see them everywhere. There are strawberries all over the place here. Oh man, wow. I got to get out here and pick strawberries. Look at that, look at that. And the jalapenos are begging to be harvested. Look at all these red jalapenos. Now, I left these jalapenos on here because when you let them go red, they're going to be hotter. So those are beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. I've got to get a whole bunch of hot sauce fermenting because I am almost out again, and this time I'm going to have a whole bunch. So just for my own reference, I'm kind of doing this in the same order I always do the garden tours. Look at these chrysanthemums by the front door. I just can't get over how full these are. Beautiful. Now, on the chrysanthemums, if you look here, you'll notice some of them are browning. These are ready to start getting deadheaded because what's going to happen here is when you deadhead these, new chrysanthemums will grow up. And this thing will fill up. And so we take just the dead ones here, kind of pick them off, and I just drop them down in the middle because what they're going to do is they're going to reseed. And that's how this thing will propagate over time, is you're dropping those seeds down in there and they're going to rot. The heads will kind of rot. They'll come apart down inside there and they'll grow new plants in there. I learned that from the apartment we lived in. A friend of mine who was the gardener there It was really cool because he kept these chrysanthemums alive all the time. So I see, what is in that pot right there? That looks a lot like a, could that possibly be a sunchoke? I don't know. Now, I don't understand what's going on here. I'm gonna have to look up this. This is a problem. This is the fig tree, and it's getting some of these green edges. I'm gonna have to look that up. It might need some nutrients or something. I hope Laura over at Garden Answer, I'm gonna have to watch some of her videos to see if I can find out. The yarrow, oh, wait till you see the yarrow in the next bed. It is, getting exciting. These 4 artichoke are okay, but look at this one. I still don't see any flower heads coming up in there. So, but it's still growing. It's still growing strong. These things are supposed to be big though. They're supposed to be like 3 foot by 3 foot. So they're supposed to, I'm hoping this will be full, just full of green globe artichokes. Oh, but now that's a sunchoke right there. Definitely a sunchoke. I could go down and find the tuber underneath there and plant it in, but to tell you the truth, we got a lot of sunchoke in here. So sunchokes are going strong. Okay, the yarrow. Check this out. Now Mrs. Bowtie already picked some, and this is a mix a yarrow mix as far as the color is concerned. But look at this. Isn't that amazing? Oh, so beautiful. Now, okay, does the same yarrow plant make different color flowers? I don't know. I don't know. I am very curious. This is one thing about sycamore trees. They do drop branches and stuff all the time. Branches and hunks of bark. Looks like we got some sunflowers that are suffering over here that didn't really get a chance to grow big, probably because they're not in good sun. They are sunflowers after all. I had a dozen flowers on the angel trumpet up here that I completely missed. A little bummed about that, but you can see there's flowers up in there. In fact, let me come around here and you can see the spent flowers, the last ones. But this thing's supposed to be putting out flowers throughout the year, so I'm gonna look for another flush of flowers that we're gonna kind of watch. So zinnias are just popping up everywhere, just looking beautiful. Onions are going strong. They're growing out into the grass here. I just mow right over this. The grass, oh my goodness, the grass is, the grass does grow fast around here. It's warm. It's Florida. We're in Destin, Florida, right near the coast. There's a asparagus, a couple of basil plants looking strong. Oh, I see a flowering tip on a basil plant. I'm gonna go ahead and, that's what this is right here. It's getting ready to flower. And that's okay because I'm growing these mostly for that kind of thing, for flowering and pollinators, but I'm not quite ready for that one to go because it's right, look, it's right there in the sun. It gets good sun and all. So the asparagus, those other 2 asparagus plants have been completely taken over. This is the only one that's done good, and it's actually starting to get flowers. I'm gonna have to rethink my asparagus idea. Of course, this is just second year. You don't harvest it in the second year. So, but I have done a better job keeping this one cleared out around here. This one up here has just not made it at all. I don't see it anywhere down in there. That one either. I mean, that one's completely taken over by grass. That's not a good thing. And this is another yarrow. Mrs. Bowtie picked one of the yarrow for her weekend vase of flowers. More jalapenos. Oh, look at all the buds coming up over here. Ooh, this thing's gonna be loaded, and there's actually a bunch under there. Wow. Don't want to drop any, waste any of those, so I'm gonna harvest it. What I do on the jalapenos is I'll normally wait until some of them start turning red, and then I'll harvest them all. And that kind of gives me a timeline on how hot they are. The longer they stay on the plant, the hotter they'll get. Now I notice these leaves are curling in. This is a nutrient problem, and Could it be not enough water? That's interesting. Normally they'll curl in when there's not enough water, when it's conserving water. Or wait, is it curl? I think it's curl in. But look at this basil right here. It is just growing tall. A couple of other ones out there. These onions, oh, we're gonna have onions. Look how big that thing's getting. We're gonna have onions this year. That stem is getting a little soft, which means they're gonna be ready for picking here pretty soon. But they're not huge onions, but for what I've ever grown of onions, they're big enough. I'm still not good at onions yet, so gonna call that a win. Look at the, oh my goodness. Mrs. Bowtie actually harvested a lot of sugar snow peas, and I can see there's a ton on here too, and they have gone to seed. Some of these down lower. The sun has really gotten to these. One thing that happened is the shade cloth blew off pretty early in my trip. So it's sitting over here. Let me go ahead and get this put back on. So there we go. I've noticed that there are some of these sugar snow peas that have developed fully formed pods. This is really where you want to get them before they develop a string. Actually tastes good, but it's really hard to get all these. They hide. See how big that one is? This one, no doubt, will have a bit of, oh, it doesn't. Big old peas in there though. Yeah, see how a little bit of string in it? Not like eating a pindo date, but those are pretty good. But once these plants grow up and start fully developing, then it sends a signal to the rest of the plant. Okay, you've created fully mature pods, you have seeded, it's the end of the life. So these just have to come out earlier. This is where I like them best, right here. See how they just barely have the seeds in them? This is the most tender and ready for a salad right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so tender. Of course, we have a couple of airports, a few air bases, and a heliport around us, so lots of air traffic around here. The grapefruit tree starting to come out. I think it's going to make it. It's looking good. There's still going to be some branches to cut off, like I can see that long one right there. There's nothing growing on that at all. So I see one green stick right there, and if that doesn't grow, it's going to have to get cut off down here somewhere. Same thing around on here on this side. That branch back behind there, there's nothing growing on it, and it looks like, oh look, there's a scuff off the tree right there. I don't know what did that, but see, it looks like it's dead down to the fork on both of those. See how they're kind of dark brown above the fork, and it's lighter down here. Yeah, that's suffering. Little lizard here showing his dewlap. See if he'll be ready for his close-up. Mr. DeVille, show us your chin. Come on, there he goes. Isn't that beautiful? Let him be. Welcome guest in the garden. We have a snake over here somewhere. He likes to live behind these bricks. He's a small one. Mrs. Bowtie saw him once. One time. So let's go over here and see what the grapes are doing. I don't know. Oh my. Look at these grapes. Oh my goodness. We have grape. We're gonna have grapes. We're gonna have grapes. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Look at the grapes. Wow. Okay, now for the seedlings and the pepper. Oh my, I see red Scotch bonnets. This is a citronella. I really need to trim some tips off this and start new ones. Look at the Peri Peri, the red Peri Peri down here. Those are ready for harvest. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. More jalapenos. There's some, oh, look at these Scotch bonnet. They're turning. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Scotch bonnet is the Jamaican spice, Jamaican hot pepper. Citronella, there's more Scotch bonnet under there. Jalapeno, look at all the jalapenos coming out on this. So what I'll do here is I will wait till some of these start turning red, and then I'll harvest the whole thing. So we have green and red jalapenos. Makes a really good mix for the hot sauce, fermented hot sauce. So I see a mint plant has tried to escape and is trying to take root down here somehow. I'm gonna have to clean that up. There's some holly ivy or what, I don't know what that ivy is, but it's everywhere. There's a ivy crawling. Oh my goodness. Look at, it's crawling all across here. That's got to come out. Oh, I knocked off a bell pepper. That's the orange bell. I'm just not pleased with how those orange bells develop. So it's, 8:30 in the morning now, and these are our brand new seedlings over here. Dragon Cayenne, that's Dragon Cayenne down there. This is Thai Hot. There's another tomato right there. I think that might be one of our super sweet 100s that I need to plant out. Look at these onions. They are just taking off. This one's just like jumping out of the pot completely. That is amazing. Uh-oh. This thing has got peppers on it. What is this? This is jalapeno early. Oh, yeah, you are early. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pick those. You are not ready to be developing because it's still in a solo cup. Those are huge. I wonder if they're gonna be at all hot this time. At this time, it might be too early. Oh, there's another one. Early jalapeno. Oh my goodness. I have obviously not been paying close enough attention to these. Dropped one. I'm gonna have to try these. Early jalapenos. Stick them in a bucket here. These sunflowers need to get planted out and then get trimmed so they can start treeing up some. They'll develop more flowers. These are the older ones. Those onions though, holy cow, unbelievable. Blueberries are still going strong. Still a lot of them out here. I'm gonna start getting out here and harvesting blueberries. These things are no doubt delicious. I'm gonna get one down in here. Look at that, ready. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh, look at the squirrel. Yeah, please bite on one of those hot peppers. Nasturtium, kind of a peppery taste. It's a trap plant. Also runs off slugs and snails. Got a real peppery taste. I'm so excited to finally see some flowers. Look at the bee watering right here. Can you see that? It's drinking water. That is so awesome. I need to put some rocks in this. So I see another bee over there that's drowned on that leaf. Got to be careful of that. Please don't run next to the pool, you'll drown. Oh, excuse me. Right in your ear. So yeah, this is a nasturtium flower. Has that spike out the, it's got, oh, so sweet. That little spike, you bite off the tip of that spike and it's got sweetness to it. And then the rest of it's got peppery. It's the whole thing. Those yellower ones aren't as peppery as the red ones. Oh my goodness. Look at all the Peri Peri. Woo. A little pepper to it. These are all Peri Peri in here. There's some shishito down here. Oh, some of the shishito have turned red. I'm gonna have to harvest those separate because they look too close to alike. I see some, oh, look at the Scotch bonnet. If you saw the garden tour on the raised beds, this plant is prolific with them. Oh my goodness, I see a dozen yellow ones already. And over there, you see those yellow ones? Those are orange cross. Thank you, Nikki. That's awesome. Let me take care of that alarm. That's 8:35. And look at the zucchini. These, look at that. These are zucchini plants. Oh my. They are saying, let me out of here. Now that one over there, I planted zucchini in there, but nothing came up. I'm gonna go run and plant something else in there. I'm a little excited about this. Millennial Gardener talked about doing this, putting down the ground fabric and then growing your things like zucchini across it. And he says he finds that the insects tend to not want to crawl out and up on the plants this way. So we'll see if this works. I'm kind of excited about this experiment. That lemon tree, this might be my only surviving lemon tree. I don't know that it's a Meyer though. We'll have to see what happens. Fig tree over here, the bees are active already. Oh, let's see if we have any figs on here. Mrs. Bowtie had a couple figs while I was gone. There's some good looking ones up in here though. That one might develop. I'm gonna watch these fig trees because I see over there, there's one up in, oh, there's a couple up in that one. These are just small fig trees, so they're not gonna be a lot of development to them. But I might be able to get another taste out of it. That's really all I want, is just a taste. So there's let's see if I can zoom in real quick. You see the Cardinal up there? Right there, just on top of the trellis. We have a male and a female, at least one male and female that I see. They must be nesting somewhere around because I see them all the time. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. So, the tomato plants. I've been a little worried about the tomato plants because I knew they were going to outgrow the trellises while I was gone. And look at this. This thing has not outgrown it. It's exploded. This is a Roma. I need to get this on better support. I might get a stake in here and then do my double tomato cage thing on this. That over there is Principe Borghese, I believe. I can't remember. There's two down here. The two smaller ones are Nebraska Wedding. They're yellow one, or orangish ones that we love. This is where I'm going to be planting those super sweet 100s. The Everglades tomatoes, they may be getting too much sun. I don't know. They're kind of out here on the edge, but they don't. This one here is suffering. This one here actually has racks of tomatoes on it. Huh. We did get them fed. Look at that big old basil back there. Whew. All eaten up. You know, basil, we have so much basil. It's both an eating plant and a trap plant for us. So it will get sacrificed some. The bean wall is back. Ooh, I just smelled a rodent of some kind. Yeah, the bean wall, ooh, maybe it's a squirrel, is back. I'm looking to see if there's any beans in here. I don't see beans yet. So what I do is I'll shake the trellis and the beans will shake at a different frequency from the rest of everything else. And see, I'm seeing lots of buds. I'm seeing lots of starts of beans, but I'm not seeing any beans yet. So they are close. We are close to being in bean heaven. These are stringless, Blue Lake stringless pole beans. And they'll cover this whole wall. You won't even be able to see the Florida room through there by the time we're done. I did notice, you know, the big tree we had removed. Look at the way it's growing. I'm gonna have to take some time and clear all that living stuff off because there's a jasmine down here that's gonna be competing for space. So the zombie Brussels sprouts are coming to the end. Are there seeds in here? I don't know. I don't feel seeds. I forget what the Brussels sprout seeds look like. These are a cool weather plant. I should have planted them at the end of the summer so they could enjoy our winter and grow crops. I planted this in February of last year. It is now June of this year, 23. I planted in February of 22. So this is in its second year. It's not going to produce fruit as far as I understand. And it's going to succumb to the insects and all the bad stuff. The lizards in here will help themselves to a buffet. But Yeah, I don't see any fruit or even any hint of fruit. So these are going to come out. I'm going to go ahead and top off this bed because it hadn't been topped off this year. I will bring this trellis down. It's just up there temporarily to stay it away, keep it out of the way of the Brussels sprouts growing, because I wanted to see what they would do. But yeah, so I'll bring that back down where it's supposed to be, and we'll put more Kajari melons. Oh my goodness. These things have gotten away. These things are going nuts. I still don't see any. Okay. So, male flowers, female flowers, folks. There's a male flower right here. You see the stem right here? That stem is just a straight stem, okay? That is a male flower. You come down here and you look at this flower right here, and you can see this flower actually has a little fruit under the base of it here. That is a female flower waiting to get pollinated. All big. Actually, it may have been pollinated. We have bees, so everything gets pollinated. Here's one that has been pollinated. I'll end up putting a bag on these and hanging them so that they won't rip the vine off the trellis. So I'm seeing a lot of females in here. But look at this. This thing is just overflowing the bed. Which this is going to be a problem because I was hoping to plant something in here, like a tomato. I don't think that's going to happen. I may just have to let this go. Got to be flexible. You can't just, I mean, I can't. Okay, I know some of you are planners. I am most definitely not a planner like that. I just kind of like seeing where things will go. So this Principe Borghese is looking rough. I do see some blushing tomatoes down there. Oh, this is not quite ready. Look at that. But look at, ooh. I just got a whiff of a rat again. Look at all these tomatoes though. That is just shocking. Okay, I see one with a hole in it. We're gonna pick that and throw it away. Oh, it bounced back at me. Mrs. Bowtie did tell me this. This thing does have worms on it. It's kind of low to the ground and it's kind of flopping over, so I wasn't here to pick it up. But this is a volunteer, so it's all free. Free tomato. I don't know where it came from. Well, no, I know where. There was some of these over here. Cucumbers. Oh my! Look at the cucumber. Now, Mrs. Bowtie kept an eye. Oh my goodness! I see. Look at here. Massive. Already. Well, that's not massive. And I'm harvesting these smaller ones because I want it to grow up more. But we're gonna start getting good stuff. I see one over here. Let's see if this one is still bug-free. When these cucumbers are young, and you pick them young, like that size right there, oh, they are delicious. I just recently learned, from the Millennial Gardener, that these things are, I'll come up with the word, parthenocarpic, which means they don't have to get pollinated. And so what I'm going to do, to grow a fruit, they don't have to get pollinated, but to have seeds, they have to get pollinated. What that means is, like this female fruit right here, again, you got male fruit. Here's a female fruit, has the little cucumber on the stem. Here's the male fruit up here. I'm in the male flower. I said female fruit. That's the female flower. And if we look over here, let's see, down here low, this should be, that's a female flower. Oh, I don't see any male flowers. Female flower. So I'm gonna come over here on the other side. Okay. So here's a male flower right there, okay? You see the stem? It doesn't have one of those little fruits on it. Here's another male flower. Yeah, there's a few male flowers in here. It doesn't take very many male flowers. Normally your plants will create those male flowers first, prolifically, so then it'll have plenty to pollinate the female flowers. But yeah, these guys are looking strong. Look at the blackberries. Oh my goodness, this thing's getting away. Can't let that happen. I'm gonna have to tie that up top somehow. I've got some bamboo up here in the top that I'm gonna run that over. And yes, the blackberry and the cucumber are gonna run together up here in the top. It's gonna be kind of a crazy mess, but it'll offer shade. The Peach tree, still no buds. So, not holding out much hope for that. Turmeric is growing strong. I have something new I'm going to put right here. I'm going to surprise you later with that. Look at all the nasturtium going here. Now, so notice these cucumbers, there's not a lot eaten out of them. And this is the result I'm hoping for by having nasturtium close. So I'm hoping that that's what that means. I've got nasturtium mixed in here with the okra. I see one over there. It looks like we may have lost this one over here. There was a nasturtium in here somewhere. I don't see it, but we still have a lot of okra. I'm going to be putting a net about 2 feet off the ground here so they can grow through it. And that will keep them from blowing over because these things grow tall. That's a nasturtium right there being overtaken by a blackberry. Yeah, these blackberries need to be under control. I don't want anything messing with my okra. So yeah, that's a quick look at the garden after 2 weeks of being away. If you want to see what it looked like, oh, look at this. Oh my goodness, look at these. Something needs to happen. It's been months since I've needed to plant these loquat trees up, and they really need it. And here's some more loquats in solo cups, so tons of loquat trees coming up. Yeah, there we go. So the green stalk, I forgot about this, is getting herbs and stuff in it. Oh, come on, turn. There's dill down there. Lots of dill. Cilantro coming over here. This looks like basil, dill. There's going to be some Italian flat leaf, parsley. Okay. I hope this is lettuce or spinach coming up. What is this supposed to be? Manzanilla lettuce. This is supposed to be Italian parsley. Oh, we might get some Italian parsley after all. Remember the tray that I dropped? Sorry, Mrs. Bowtie. That was a sad day. So we might be able to get one Italian parsley. There's nothing else growing. This is not the fault of the green stalk. It's the fault of the old seed. I've heard so much about this green stalk, so I really just threw a lot at it. A lot, just to see what it would come up with. So that's a lot more than I thought it would do. That one there, that's a good one there. But cilantro down the bottom. I'm going to put some strawberries in here. I'm going to try to do that today. Look at that pomegranate. So I tell you, the most exciting thing getting back is the bean wall. It is back. The bean wall was one of my favorite features of the garden. It's just so neat having a solid wall of beans. Last year, though, we didn't have one kind of good beans. We had several stringy versions and all that. So it wasn't a great year for beans. This year, we're all stringless. I learned about strings and chewing on dental floss. It was pretty rough. So Mrs. Bowtie has been picking a little bit of everything, though. She said she's been picking blackberries in here, which is really exciting. But everything is... Wow, it's 2 weeks later. It's amazing. You know, this time of year, it's beginning of June now, middle of June. No, it's in the beginning of June. It's the time for things to really start changing and growing in the garden. So I think it's exciting. This is one of those thrilling times for me. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this first walk in the garden after a 2-week break, and I have been missing it. I went and did some work over at one of my son's house, and then went up to Mom in Des Moines, and then worked on my cabin in Arkansas, and just got back last night, so I'm kind of exhausted. I was really excited to get out here and see this, though, but I'm gonna go try to do a bunch of stuff. I got to get that trunk cleaned up before those branches get too big, because when they get too big, they get hard to clean off. If they stay small, you can just literally pick them off by hand. Don't have to do anything special. Here comes a little lizard. Got to pull the mower out first, though, because this grass, wow. This is the time of year the grass grows. But Anyway, so again, hope you all enjoyed it. If you're just stumbling along finding our channel, please, oh please subscribe. We are trying to get to a point where we can be monetized and fund more of the stuff in the garden. And that'll kind of take us to the next level for this channel. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much for watching again and coming back. And please tell your friends about it. If you think you have friends that might enjoy this format of video, we do garden tours, but we also do a lot of tasks in the garden. Sometimes they're not talking, most of the times it's me talking, sorry. But I'm a new gardener. This is my 4th year of successful gardening. I've had a few unsuccessful years before, dating back to when I was a preteen. I grew my first cucumbers when I was a preteen, and I think we may have had 1 cucumber off of that plant, and it wasn't a great choice. If I knew now what I knew then, I would have grown Suyo long, but I don't know that we had Suyo long available way back then. But lots going on. It's very exciting to see what's happening in the garden. I want to get those Brussel sprouts out, and I want to get the other set of Kajari melons that I didn't even check to see if they're growing. So I've got a few real sorry looking Kajaris here that I'm going to go ahead and try to get planted out. There's 4 of them here, which I'll spread out on that. This one, oh, look at this one, is trying to resurrect itself. Have to extract it from that tomato plant, but there we go though. Lots to harvest, lots to do. I'm going to try to make a few videos today. Maybe even a fermenting video, that would be good. For the peppers, I've done a few of those. I love my fermented hot pepper sauce. If I can gather enough peppers, it is my dream to have a gallon fermenting so that I can give away some jars to other people. I have quite a few people that are waiting for hot pepper sauce, fermented hot pepper sauce. It's delicious. So anyway, yeah. I'm exhausted from my trip, but I got a lot to do here. Click the thumbs up if you thought this was entertaining, informational, inspirational, or just, yeah, entertaining. I don't even remember. It's been 2 weeks. No, it's not been 2 weeks since I made a video. I've made a few shorts while I was at the cabin. If you don't, yeah, those should be out by now, by the time you see this. But click the thumbs up, and please share these videos on your social media. It's hard to explain how much that helps to grow the channel. It is one of the best things that helps. When you share your stuff with your friends, you say, hey, this guy's okay. He's not totally insane. I hope I'm not totally insane, but I know I'm a little weird. But anyway, yeah, share on your social media. That would help so very much. But yeah, as always, coming down to the end here. It's Saturday morning, 8:45 right now, maybe 8:50. I got a lot to do today. Have a blessed day.